well, coming to you, you heard various of these thoughts. The fact remains that hiring in the manufacturing space has not really taken off, and that's for a different reason altogether, because because of the lag the economy that was facing, and from what I hear from various recruiters of all these segments, manufacturing has been a little sedate as far as recruitment goes. But that is, of course, sentiment at a mass level. What is it that you hear from people when it comes to recruitment space, when it comes to manufacturing?
So a couple of things coming in as a sort of tail ender here in the batting order. One of the comments I will make, having been in the recruitment space for 21 years now, is that I completely agree with you and Shashi that there are waves of what is fashionable, what is sexy at the time, and where the so-called cream talent divide and I am gravitating towards. But this is not a problem that is unique to manufacturing. It's every industry is facing it. IT is facing it today. And you've gone through waves where all the brightest and the best wanted to be civil servants, or they wanted to be in the government or in the army way back. Then they wanted to be in PSUs, then they wanted to be in the conglomerates, which was core manufacturing. Then it was financial services, technology, telecom, all of that happened. Private equity, .com, and now today it happens to be e-commerce. And all of us continue to face that, and we as recruiters continue to face the challenges of marketing opportunities to candidates in the non-fashionable segments. It's a fact of life, but everybody goes through it. Manufacturing is not special from that perspective. What I will say is an interesting observation I made when, or a point that I was given when I was talking to somebody a couple of weeks ago, who's in core manufacturing of two-wheelers and cars and what have you, is that the DNA of manufacturing perhaps comes from where the core value in the company is added, which in this case is perhaps on the shop floor. And hence, perhaps the DNA of manufacturing organization revolves around process, hierarchies, way of doing things, efficiencies, cost cutting, a system of innovation does happen, but not at the shop floor. And I think unfortunately what happens is once you buy into a technology and you set up something, then you're kind of stuck with that for a while. And maybe that percolates through organizations, and maybe manufacturing hasn't kept up in terms of trying to say that there are other functions and other bits of the organization that do add core value today. Certainly in the old days when you made, you could sell. Today marketing obviously and sales are, they drive all organizations. Today digital technologies, just in terms of go-to-market or innovation, are in a completely different space. So perhaps one of the big challenges in manufacturing is they've not kept pace with the DNA changes around its own industry. Coming back to recruiting, I don't think there is any particular lack of recruiting in manufacturing per se. In fact, over 5-7 year horizon, saying let's take financial crisis really as a cutoff and say that the manufacturing, hiring in manufacturing has not been widely speculative ever, but it continues to be the most stable. It is our most stable practice across the firm, ABC and Accord. It is our core competence.